Oh, well, this is Ryder here to review the Kamen Rider Gaim and Wizard, the Fateful Sengoku movie battle. DX, Blood Orange Lockseed, Kamen Rider Bujin Gaim set. So just like the Pine Lockseed and Lockseed holder set, I did have the box for this one. I don't know where it is. So here's some archival footage from the unboxing. It's basically the same box layout as the Regan set, which I'm glad about, and such. And yeah, obviously this set comprises of the Blood Orange Lockseed and the Bujin Gaim faceplate, to which obviously it makes a big deal about what the sound this makes. Anyways, let's take a look at the Bujin Gaim faceplates. As you can see right here, obviously it's pretty standard for the most part, because Bujin Gaim is just a he's technically the Dark Rider for Gaim, to which I like the take they went with it. And obviously we have these like dark vines and such. That is a huge motif with Bujin Gaim. And then the back again is translucent. However, as you can tell, this one is actually labeled number 4 because I've actually been forgetting to actually acknowledge these. Because Ryugen, I forgot to pull out. Ryugen is number 2. Ryugen is number 2. And then Baron is number 3. While Gaim and Zangetsu are 1. But anyways, here's a comparison with Gaim's faceplate. As you can tell, it's in a way this one's definitely more saturated, or like more like brighter. And also you can just like there's not as much going on, especially I find it interesting they actually got rid of the rainbow design that's been like consistent, which honestly works because I really like this scuff that's present too. Like I like how they contrast the two of these and such, definitely. And then here we have the Blood Orange Lockseed. As you can see right here, it's just the orange Lockseed, but a blood orange this time, which is such the perfect like way of making a Dark Rider. But because it's still just a blood orange, it's still an orange. This one's still LS07, but now it has this, the same vine from here, but now it's in like a nice like metallic red. And to the point it still has the just generic back button, and the trans stamp is now different. On off switch, it still has the back button to unlock. And then when you open it up, obviously it's just, again, this is still the same, but now just colored to be a blood orange. And then here we have the arms weapon, the blood dye Mario it's called. But comparing it with orange, I like these overall. Like, I like how they took an existing fruit. It's so smart. Yeah, like honestly, these look really good together and such. But yeah, sounds. Obviously, that's carried over. However, when we go through the back button sounds, again, we'll go through them again. So they decided to give this invest sounds. Basically obviously the sounds that were present from the mango and kiwi Lockseeds, but they just added an additional 2. I don't mind that, but it's not accurate. But we'll unlock it. So we have the blood orange announcement, but now it's just obviously slightly more, you know, dark and such. But let's use these with the Sengoku driver. So pulling out the Sengoku driver and inserting the Bujin Gaim faceplate, we get our fourth sound, the rock sound set, which was previously established via Bravo. But he's not retail, so Bujin Gaim's our retail version of that. Anyways, transforming into Bujin Gaim. Jeez. So there we have the transmission of Bujin Gaim Blood Orange Arms, which is, you know, just a dark rendition of Orange Arms. Instead of Hanamichi on stage, it's Shadow Michi on stage. And, you know, the rock sound set is definitely interesting because there's basically no voice correlating with it. It's just all that guitar string or strum and such, which definitely is interesting. It's kind of off-putting, but I get why they decided to go with it because they automatically associate it with like dark riders or antagonistic riders and such. Anyways, obviously we have our three standard finishers, the Scotch and Sparking. Forgot to mention it's a red LED. And yeah, I think we only saw him ever do the finishers because technically Bujin Gaim doesn't have a proper transformation because we only heard the transformation when he became the Lotus. Or when he obtained the Lotus, when he absorbed like the Tree of Life or something. So Bujin Gaim, we would just do the Naginata mode. Because he does have that still. It's just obviously we don't have a Blood Dai Maru, but oh well. And I think his Muso Saber is personalized. I don't remember. But I like how Blood Orange is a lot longer. But I want to kind of correct the countdown or the count for the Muso Saber because obviously without the Dai Maru it counts up to 100. But I believe with the Dai Maru it counts up to 10,000. But yeah, overall, like this is a pretty solid set, especially for a movie. It's pretty, again, it's pretty standard and such, and like again, I could definitely see this not being as desirable because it's just the orange Lockseed with some modifications. Because I think for most people, you're kind of buying this for the faceplate because of the sound set and such. Because again, this is technically the only retail way of getting that rock sound set, which is why this is actually one of the more harder sets to come by. Because I got this for $25 off of Monterake used. To which I think it's justifiable just because of how desired it is. But at the same time too, like Bujin Gaim's a cool rider. Like he's honestly one of the more unique dark riders we've gotten and such. It's just unfortunate that he obviously was only stuck in that crossover movie, but I mean, also, this is at the time they were actually putting things out for the crossover movies, because we actually still have another 2 sets to cover. I generally don't remember the schedule, but like, I don't remember if that's the next day or they're like literally split. No, they're one entire day. Good. So, I recommend it highly, especially if you like. Obviously, there's technically more easier ways of obtaining the rock sound set, but if you don't really mind who it is, then just get this set because it's definitely going to be easier than getting the premium sets. Because obviously, I'm just saying this right now, we're not covering the premium sets because I already own the CSMs, so I'm not going to bother picking up all the CS. I'm not going to bother rebuying them as premium Bandai exclusive DX items. So yeah, I guess I'll have to do this review. We did not do this justice.